There we go. We are live. I wasn't gonna stream this week. I've got friends over, but they're doing some Black Friday shopping, and I value my life, so I'm not doing some Black Friday shopping. So if you're interested, go ahead and tune in here to Oxygen Not Included, continuing with our automation update. Basically, if you'll remember last time, I'm gonna go ahead and hit resume here and let it load. But if you remember last time, I was working on trying to cool down the base, and my plan didn't really go well as planned. I did a little bit of tinking around in custom, basically developer mode. Not on the save, don't worry, the save is untainted. However, developer mode might still be on. I'm not sure, we'll see. If I can see the whole map, it is. But I did some tinkering around in developer mode, and figured out how to get my base cool. Now I've just got to apply it. So the question is, can I see everything? No, so we're fine. Okay, that's really the only advantage developer mode gives if you're not dropping in free items and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and unpause here. Oh, and I'm going to raise my sound. That's why I can't hear anything. Let's do that now. Alright, so the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to deconstruct all of these. Buildings. That's what I want. Buildings. Okay, so with these gone, I've got to figure out my pipes. Okay, my pipe game is gonna change a little bit. So what's happening here? They should be able to save themselves, right? Oh no, that's the person that's been dead for like 9 years. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, so with all of these gone, the power system should be fine. What I need is these Weezwarts to be spread out better. Okay, that's actually the entire problem I have. So what I found out is if I build... It's under furniture. If I build Weezwarts every other, I can keep these things cold. Yes, I can keep them cold. And then once they're cold, I don't have to worry about it anymore. I can seal them off. I can put them in their own room. They'll stay cold. And then I can pump all this hydrogen through them and just keep cooling them down. Okay, and that can cool the entire base. The thing I'm actually going to have to be worried about is cooling it too much. Which reminds me, where all does it pump? So what I've determined is you need to make a cool room. Okay? You make a cool room, you keep it chilly. Real chilly. Okay? And in that chilly room, you pump your liquid through there. And it'll warm up the room a little bit, but you keep pumping this cold gas through it to keep it chill. And that liquid cools down on its way through so that you can get it at a decent temperature. Then that liquid comes in here, and the oxygen and the hydrogen made are already not orange. They're more like a green. Okay? Then you don't have to worry about cooling down your base. All the oxygen you're pumping into your base, already cold. Beautiful. What you do have to worry about is keeping all of these batteries and power transformers and stuff cold. And you can do that with the gas pipes. So that's basically what I found out. The problem is, with the way my infrastructure is already set up, I don't know if that's possible. Okay, it's going to be a real tricky one to get going. But basically, it's going to come down to, I need to remove all of these. Yeah, all of those. I need them to build all of these decorations. And then as these disappear, they need to start building more of these tiles. So what these tiles are going to do is they're going to lock the temperature in the two of these rooms. Okay? I can pump this thing full of cold hydrogen to cool it off. Okay? But if I do that, you know, to cool everything down. But if I do that, I also need to be certain... Let's copy these settings. I also need to be certain none of the super hot stuff from in here is going to be a problem. So let's get rid of these gas pipes, shall we? Cool. Actually, we cannot get rid of those. So what we're going to do is we're going to say utilities. Utilities. If I can click on utilities. Thermoregulator. these have to be gold. And the other thing I found out is most of my stuff don't actually need to be gold once you've got the coolers in. Okay, that makes life a whole lot easier on you. Now I'm going to have to carefully change up all of my pipes in order to get the rest to work. But for now, let's say ventilation, insulated gas pipes. Connect those suckers. We can go ahead and connect these. Now, we have... This is just refilling. Yeah, this is just tunneling back in here. So I don't even need to really worry about that. In fact, I'm going to take a regular gas pipe and say you guys should connect right here. So it goes... Oh boy. This is out, so it was going out and then down. So this was going over. So as soon as it goes down, it can just cross over. So we'll even take a gas bridge here, and we'll move it. And run gas pipes right over to here. Now that we've got that, we can remove these. And this gas bridge can be deconstructed as well. Good, good, good. Which leaves me the opportunity to pump this over here instead. Yes, I can do that. So if I get this gas bridge and I set it up right here instead, I can deconstruct this one. And this thing. And this thing. And give me a regular gas pipe. I can set it up like so. Beautiful. That'll still serve its purpose. Decaying food, that's fine. I've got a lot of it. So this will be the intake. This will be the output right here. So, what is this? This comes up, comes over, comes out, spits out. This is the output of the cold hydrogen. That is the down tube that goes across. Okay. That's a little bit trickier. But I believe I can say deconstruct, deconstruct, deconstruct a few of these. And what I'm going to do is get this gas bridge in here. Right here. Deconstruct this. And we will connect this pipe right here. So, it can all flow down, and then the insulated gas pipe can flow over. Now, this leads to problem number 2. Our input for this oxygen tank. This needs to go up and go over, so instead we are going to run these gas pipes like so, and then destroy these ones. And even that's not going to work. We've got to get a little bit more creative. Go ahead and deconstruct this as well. Insulated tiles. Go ahead and put those down. So, getting creative here. We've got a lot of gas bridges going in. What we're going to do is put this here. Nope, put this here. Yes, put that right there. And if we connect it and run it back over, that should do fine. We can run this like this and run this over, and it has to go here. So, we're going to gas bridge this, and we're going to gas bridge this. And hey, what do you know? Let's gas bridge this as well. I've got to connect back to this pipe. Hey, that'll work, yeah. And gas bridge that. So, as soon as you guys get rid of this, I can say... wrong button. I can say... bridge up, bridge up, bridge up. And then I'll have an insulated pipe come over here that bridges over, and bridges over, and bridges over. No, I can't do that. The insulated pipe is going to end right here. And this is going to be the chilled hydrogen. So how do I want to get it back? I've got to use a gas bridge somewhere. If I bridge over here, here, and here, and here, there's still not a way over. So if I bridge over the back, I can run it straight across, because that's hydrogen. That'll work. Okay. Ventilation, gas pipes. So I can take this down, 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 across, and across. And that should work. I think. I hope so. And then I've got to redo these insulated gas pipes up here. Finishing off this one, and finishing off this one. And now that I've got those, I can go back and build the rest of my thermoregulators. We're going to line up very nicely here on top of all of my insulated tiles. Of course. Now, F2. Power. This thing is on a different power grid. That's bad. What did that run? Oh, that ran something really important. Okay. Conductive wire bridge. Let's do this. Okay, and then we'll just run the conductive wire the rest of the way. Beaut. Alright, once we get all that installed, the only thing left is to do this. Oh, and to uproot the two of these, to move them down. That's important. Real important, actually. Do I have any more wart seeds I can use? Oh, I could steal some from in there. Yeah, let's uproot these two. That'll give me 2 more I can put up here. Which is going to give me 3 Wheezeworts, which puts me at 4 short. Oh boy. Well, that's part of the problem. Alright, so we've got 8% sickness and 8% unrest. That's really not that bad. Both of those are definitely tolerable. Oh, and I disabled both of those, so we're fine. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to set this up, but I'm pretty sure some of these are going to run into problems. Well, that's problem number 1 right there. We got to get that insulated pipe in. That part's important. It's also pretty important that we get our insulated tiles in. I know a Wheezewort seed fell down here last time. Is that still true, or did we get it? Looks like we got it, unfortunately. Okay. So we are now short 3 Wheezewort seeds. 3 seeds isn't bad to be short. That's tolerable. Though what we're going to do is we're going to uproot this guy and this guy. You know what? Let's uproot this one too. The batteries have less of a problem than these power transformers, but the power transformers are going to get the hydrogen gas that should be super chilled coming through here pretty quick. Which seems to be doing its job. New duplicants? Yay, nay. Biohazard, pass. You're okay. I'm still going to say pass on all of you. That's fine. Alright, deconstruct this thing. I don't know why it's... Oh, that's why. I just deconstructed a fire pod I didn't need to get rid of. Whoops-a-doodles. That's okay. Give me a vent. And plant a Weezewort here, if you would, please. Maximum priority. Then if you guys would just keep filling in those insulated tiles, that'd be great. Cool. So we've got all the Weezeworts in. You can see this is quite cold right now, which is exactly what we're going for. Okay, cold is good. And look at how chilly those rooms are. That's perfect. That's exactly what we were going for. How cold is this stuff? It's up to 16C now, but that's fine. 16C is not all that bad. 16C is still pretty cold, so we're working on chilling everything in here, basically. That's good. I can work with that. Sorry, like I said, friends in town for the holidays, and I want to make sure I don't miss a message from them saying, hey, it's time to meet up and hang out again, because I want to hang out. But I don't feel like getting trampled to death right now. You know, trade-offs. So the cooling system is working fairly well. We need more air in the pipes. So what I'm going for is, where does this actually loop back up? I don't know, I see it going down, but I don't see it coming back up. It should come back up this side, up, over, across, up, and then it's going to get stuck. That's what I'm seeing. It's going to get stuck. It just hasn't gotten to the stuck point yet. Okay, because it's going to hit this pipe, or this thing, this bridge, which is backwards right now. Gas bridge. Deconstruct, please. So this gas bridge is currently backwards. If I change it around, it'll go up and it'll spit out in this vent. It's not really what I'm looking for. Okay, this vent, while nice, is supposed to hook back down into this thing. Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to do with it. Or actually, more appropriately, why don't we get rid of all of this? Yes, 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 yes. This bridge will jump. That's fine. Not deconstruct, disable. Thank you. So we disable that. We're going to put in a gas bridge right about here, which is going to jump. That one's going to jump, and then we're going to put in a bunch of insulated pipes to go across. And I didn't deconstruct that one, so deconstruct that too, if you would, please, fellas. And then I'm going to put in a bunch of insulated pipes that feed right back in. Basically, I'm going to recycle all of the hydrogen I've got going through, and I'm going to keep adding more until I can't add any more. The problem is, it takes a careful balance, because there is a point where you get too much gas and it stops moving. It has nowhere to go. So we do have to watch for that. But we're almost there. There we go, we see it coming up. That hydrogen flowing back through. How much? What temp is this at? Liquid, no, gas pipe 30C. Hydrogen at 30C. What temp is everything at? You can see these things are not running enough to keep them warm, which is great. We want them to be cold. We want this room to be cold in general. So we see these things staying cool, and the hydrogen is going at a decent rate. Okay, at this point, insufficient oxygen generation by an iffy amount. So what we're going to do, well, first of all, I need to check, how's the temperature up here? It's kind of bleak. So what we're going to do is... Ooh, that's not easy. Deconstruct this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some insulated gas pipes and run them up. Come on. Thank you. We're going to jump and immediately take them over. And then up. With that, I will be able to remove all of these pipes. Gas bridge, please. Thank you. There we go. So, with this, I should be able to reroute my oxygen, which means I can jump my hydrogen. This cold hydrogen, this is the real cold stuff. Yeah, negative 70 degrees C, 75 degrees C. Beautiful. Look at those pipes. That's wonderful. The bottom here has already started to get a lot colder. This is great. Okay, so negative 75C. That's a pretty good spot. But I need it to run up here. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to run it up and jump it. Actually, we don't need this. We don't need any of these. Or these. Or this, or this, or this, or this, or this. We can get rid of all of these. They don't actually serve a functional purpose. I actually don't even need this thing. Truth be told, I don't need this thing. I liked the premise behind this whenever I first came up with it, but it's not useful to me. So instead, I'm going to get rid of it and opt for a better solution. I can also get rid of all of these, as I can now run them straight across. So we've got the insulated pipes. We'll run them right there. Okay. And this thing needs regular pipes running right here. Yeah, so these two rooms need to be full of hydrogen, which they appear to be. We're waiting for them to get all of these pipes in. Once these pipes are in, my oxygen will be flowing again from this filter, which is what I need. There we go. That's going. Now we're going to have you guys sweep with top priority. Yeah, that's very important. Oh, that actually is connecting this. Okay, then. So the new problem is we are running out of energy quite often. So why don't we go ahead and enable this thing. Let's get it going some. So you can see we've got a decent quantity of hydrogen going through here. But it's nowhere near full, right? And that's something we want. We want it to basically look full. There will be a small gap where there's always gas moving, but we want it to look full. Incidentally, the easiest way to do this is actually to just block our coolers. The problem is if we block the coolers, we have no more hydrogen going in here. The easiest way to tell if it's full is to block our coolers, because all this hydrogen will get to the end and stop. Basically, what we're going to do is this hydrogen pipe that runs right here needs to instead run like this. And we'll do a gas bridge here and a gas bridge here. And then I can remove these. So basically what this is doing, this is going to be my pump. And it still needs power. What's on this circuit? 2160, 2160. Same circuit, that makes sense. Circuit status 960. What's on this thing? Shit ton of airlocks. And the 2 power transformers that power it. Literally just the airlocks? That's it? Heck, it even jumps that thing. Oh yeah, because I removed everything it was connected to. I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Cool. I mean, I guess for now, I'm just going to run the conductive wires right into that filter. So, we've got, if we look at our gas diagram here, we've got the gas coming in, the hydrogen coming in here and getting spit out. Okay, that's good. That's great. Okay, but what we don't see is a way to, whenever our pipes do get full, let it just keep rotating. And actually that's where this one comes in. This does the same thing, okay, except it filters the hydrogen into our hydrogen generators, which is going to help cool down the hydrogen we've already got going on. Really, it's a win-win situation for us. If you guys would go ahead and empty this hydrogen. You don't need to sweep any of that. And it looks like everything in here is done. Which is wonderful. Because this is where it gets a little dicey. Oh, come on, sweep this up. Top priority. I don't like there being resources going to waste. Top priority, sweep right here. Right here, right here. Yeah, go ahead and sweep those guys, but make it quick, would you? So this is its own established little ecosystem here. And basically, I'm just going to block it off. Nothing in, nothing out. Okay. Good job, fellas. Good job. Yeah, nothing in, nothing out. It's the way to do it. Then it doesn't really matter how hot anything gets. It'll be fine. Okay? I just need... Where does the power for all of these come from? Because all I need is a switch. Just put a switch on it. That turns it off. I should cancel this real quick. I should put in the automation wire. Wow, these things are big. What am I looking at? 2 inputs, 1 output, of course. If manual switch says off, or thermosensor? Sweet. Yep. Basically, I'm going to have it auto shut off if it gets too hot in here, or if I just want to shut it off, which is basically my manual override in case something goes wrong. I am sealing off this room entirely, so, you know, just in case. Okay, we're back in business here. Active. Let's shut it back off again, fellas. Yeah, if we're not familiar with how computer engineering logic works like this. This is an OR gate. It means if this thing that comes in down here says turn off, or this thing up here says turn off. Actually, I take that back. Dang it, I put in the wrong gate. I should have put in an AND gate. I explained that correctly, but after explaining it, I realized I put in the wrong gate. Smooth of me. So we want... Oh, no, wait. Yeah, no, that is an OR gate. Okay, yeah. What we wanted was an AND gate. An AND gate requires that both signals give a yes. If both give a yes, then the output's a yes. Okay? So we're putting in this AND gate, and then if I decide I want to manually turn it off, it won't go. Okay? Or, if this thermosensor says it's too hot, it won't go. Okay, so I can turn it off with either of them, but if either one says turn off, it turns off and will not turn back on. And right here we see it just about... There we go, it is sealed. At this point, our system is officially sealed. How far back do we have hydrogen gas? Pretty far. We're getting a good supply now. So you can see it's not really cooling this down much, but that's okay. So the pipes themselves are at 13C, and they've got hydrogen at negative 60C coursing through them. That's wonderful. But check out these batteries' temperatures. Okay, these batteries are cold. Or normal. A little bit cold. The battery is 17 degrees C. That's nuts. Okay, that's great. But that's insanely low. That's pretty fantastic. The only thing I'm concerned with is up here, because I never rerouted this gas, right? So this cold hydrogen goes over here and stops. Which is fine. What I'm wondering is if I'm going to have to open up... Yeah, I'm going to have to open up this stupid place again. Alright, well, so be it. Basically, I'm going to jump it here, I'm going to jump it here, and I'm going to jump it here. I'm going to take it over, jump it up, and run it in a nice little zigzag here. I'm going to remove that pipe or pump anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Then we're going to go back down here. This should actually run up to here, and we'll be able to deconstruct all of this. And unfortunately, just a smidge too soon, I blocked off this room. Because I need to run a pipe right there. Yes, that is basically the only thing I needed in this room. Almost everything else could be done. It's the problem with completely sealing a room, but the problem with not doing it is it leaks temperature. And given this is the room that I intend to keep completely cool by Weezwort seeds and nothing else, okay, Weezwort plants alone, I need it to be sealed. because it's gonna run hot. Okay, it won't run too hot, but it's gonna run hot. So. Alright, fellas, just finish off the last little bit. Oh, and I missed one of these bridges. Gas bridge. Should go this way. Oh, and this thing can just get deconstructed, that's fine. Gas bridge, that'll pump it up. Over. And around. There we go, fellas. Now we see some cold hydrogen getting pumped up there. Should lower the temp a little. And you can already see the temp kind of falling in this area. Okay, that's beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and uproot this thing and replant it down here, or up here. There's a wart seed on the ground. I can clearly see it. Okay, it's clearly marked. Oh, good, it's there now. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and plant that thing. Cool. Now I just need to be certain that I'm getting enough energy. These are not going down in coal. Which makes me wonder if everything's okay. Shit. Did this last time and I never fixed it. Okay. So. I need heavy conductive wire right now. So where I'm at, 2, 3, 4, right there. Okay, so what this is going to do, this will connect 1, 2, this one was already connected. So what if we got power flowing in? Right now, this cable is bringing it from the treadmills over, and it's hooking into these two. Okay, but it comes over to here. So, it jumps this? Oh, no, it connects to this thing. That's right. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these wires. And instead, I'm going to connect them to this one. Boopity boopity boo. And then, as soon as they do that, I'm going to connect this. So now my coal generator's power is powering up the system, and yes. Yes, 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 yes. Why aren't these powering up at all? Circuit status, 1200 out of 720. It's powering, but I don't know as... Oh, okay, yeah, it's bringing a bit of power in here. These hamster wheels are not, however, at the moment. It's white. Why is it white? Just because they weren't in use. Someone is asleep, but I'm confused. I've got so much power flowing through here. But because it's on the door, it's not going to these transformers. Is that what's happening? Someone build that wire quickly. Hi, Dayz. There we go. Hooked up again. Run on some hamster wheels. I see them running. I don't see the power coming in because I didn't hook. Shoot. Because, no. This jumps and is connected here. And it's these two. Why isn't it powering it? It should be. This should be getting powered. Why aren't you? Conductive wire, status 2000. Status 2000, status 2000. Conductive wire is getting bridged. Status 2000, status 2000. Status still 2000. What's your problem, power transformer? You're hooked up. Your other end has circuit status 3.2 kilowatts. That's right. That's what's flowing through you at the moment. Why aren't you powering everything up? Why are you guys stuck at 150? Circuit status is 1200. But it's just coming in at a limited amount. Ain't nothing overheating down here. But these are only coming in at 150. I just don't get it. Okay, these doors aren't even in use. I'd rerun all the wires, but I don't have enough metal to make that simple. I don't get it. That makes no sense. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to tell them to disable both of these, and then we'll re-enable them and see what happens. Okay, power should have stopped. It did. So enable this. Did power jump to 75? I don't get it. That doesn't make any sense. Why is it only sending 150 watts? It's not connected to anything else. I mean, it's connected to this thing, but this thing has no output, so that doesn't matter. It's just connected to a bunch of doors. Where was I yesterday, Blessed? Eating Thanksgiving? I have friends in town right now. So for the most part, I'm hanging out with friends. But they decided, let's go get trampled by Black Friday shoppers. They tell me it's not that bad, but you know, I'm not really willing to risk it. It's too much. Yeah, no, I wasn't around for it. Thanksgiving dinner and hanging out with friends and whatnot. By all accounts, this makes no sense whatsoever. What if I tear out this door? At this point, we're experimenting with things to see if they up the joules going into our powered transformers. That does not. We're going to deconstruct all the doors and see what happens at this point. Still 150. These things still just aren't putting out their full amount. Next week, probably Blessed, but I can never say for certain. I work until halfway through the second one, usually, so it's pretty hit and miss for me. I always try, but can never say for certain. Sufficient oxygen generation, not by much. It's just I have too many people right now. So what does my base look like? Not bad, as far as oxygen generation goes. We're starting to get hints of blue in there. What do my pipes look like for cooling hydrogen? Still not full. Filling up, but not full yet. Once they fill up, I can divert to start running the hydrogen generators, and that'll help a lot. For sure, the hydrogen generators are going to be a big boon. Okay, so we've gotten rid of all the doors. I don't know what to do at this point. I'm gonna try... partner streamer for what, Darwin? I've just been around long enough and said I want to stream. I'm just a dedicated community streamer. That's about it. Let's try relaying it and see what happens to this thing. $150. I just don't get it. There's nothing on the circuit. Okay, I understand joules and watts, not the same thing. But... power transformer, power available 150 joules. Circuit status 1200 watts. Power consumers 600 per power generator. I swore transformers were a 1-to-1. What do these things use? Are they in joules or watts? They're in watts. Am I really gonna have to Google how to convert from joules to watts? I don't remember. It's been a while. Oh, no. Okay. Joule per second is a watt. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, my math is not that bad. Or my calculations are not that bad. So the question is, why is it getting 600 watts, but only generating 150 joules? That doesn't make any sense. None whatsoever. Okay, it's as if there's 6 other power transformers on the network, and that's just not the case. Whew. Let's deconstruct this wire as well. It's really not all that necessary. Nothing. Let's deconstruct this thing. See what happens. Where am at sweet wheat grain wise? I am out. But I still have all these plants, correct? Yeah, but they keep warming up. That's fine. I still have all the plants. That's what I was concerned with. Got a bunch of mealwood. What are these things getting stunted by? Lack of air pressure. Yeah, I can see that. There's not really any air pressure there. Okay, you know what? I want to see the temperature. Take me back home. I want to see the temperature of this room here. Low, but not super low. What color is this? Contents 14C. Tolerable. Not great, but certainly tolerable. I don't know why it bottles the gas, but apparently it's a thing it likes to do. Hydrogen's at 22C here. It's at 25 by the time it comes out the end. That'll slowly cool down. And I'm guessing one of the problems is that my steam geyser right here is making very hot water by now. No. 40C. Huh. Interesting. You guys can go ahead and turn this thing back on. That's fine. Yeah, maybe cool it down a little bit. Keep it cool. Yeah, starting to fill that thing up. I'm really concerned with why this is still only doing half. I don't get it. Deconstruct this thing too. We're gonna replace him. It just doesn't make any sense to me, that's all. Because it's not like I'm hooking into the network anywhere else. Hey Jackal, how's it going? Why is there a bunch of water down here? Nice, nice. Not too bad. I'm in a kind of like celebrating Thanksgiving with friends time, except I'm waiting for them to get back from Black Friday shopping, because I'm not that adventurous. But otherwise, I'm thinking put out a schedule next week, get back into Shadow of War, keep up with Oxygen Not Included, stuff like that. Having a good time in general. Picked up 35 games over the holiday season, I think. There was a pretty good Humble Bundle, so I probably won't play half of them, but the half I will play, I got for a pretty good price. What do you mean, no gas output? No, just a useless gas bridge. Cool. It's okay, I never plan to use it, so. Temp-wise, keeping tabs on us here. What are we at? Let's build. It's under what, utilities? Yes, it is. Temp shift plates. What did I build these out of? I can't tell. This is still the automation update. It might be the second run you've seen me do. Whenever I was doing Oxygen Not Included on the scheduled times, it was... what was that? The oil upgrade, I think. This is automation. So they added fancy stuff like ANDs, ORs, XOR gates, stuff like that. And special wires for it. It's actually pretty sweet. Thermally reactive. I want thermally reactive. This will work. So I've been working on this run for a while. It's the one I've been doing for the last 2 weeks now, I think. But it's possible that you saw me playing the oil upgrade. Okay, that'll take guys like 5 days. But what these temp shift plates do is they take the heat from one area and they'll transfer it to the other plates that are connected with it, kind of cooling the entire area. You can see I've got them in the background here. It kind of looks like wallpaper. But the entire room is basically the same temperature, if you notice. Wait, why is it open? I shut that like 9 hours ago, didn't I? Bugger. Let's deconstruct this. Oh boy. I meant to close this thing like 9 hours ago. Apparently I forgot, and I've just been letting any potential heat escape. Great. That defeats the purpose of the cold room. Or of the heating room that makes everything else a cold room, I guess. But completely defeats the purpose. Now we can close off the room. If you fellas don't mind. And if we could turn off this switch real quick, I want to see what happens. Okay, yeah, that's a dupe thing. I want to see what happens with my power. That's the wrong button. Power! What have we got going on here? Still not rising. We don't use power for that many things, which means it's not coming in correctly. This circuit currently has 2,000 watts on it, and yet the power transforms it's hooked to are not getting powered up at all. That's very problematic. Those things are not connected to a power generation system. Delightful. Where was their power generation system? Here. It's these doors. So, tell me I have some wires. Oh yeah, I do. Seems like I even actually have enough wires, which is nice for a change. Are they all priority 9? Yeah, they are. Okay. So they'll keep putting in temp shift plates, and hopefully they'll start putting in those wires. When they do, I'm going to switch back over to flipping this thing on and actually using the hydrogen generators for some power. I've got a lot of hydrogen kind of stored in these pipes right now. So all the pink, that's hydrogen. That's what I'm using to cool the base. I need to cool it off a bit more. Keep it running in circles. But for now, you can see the rooms that are blue. It's done some pretty good work cooling stuff off so far. And it'll keep that up once I turn it back on. Okay, but the goal is to make this a cold room. So the entire room is basically frozen. That's the goal. Okay, that's where I want to get. Because if I can do that, I can pump my water through here, it'll cool it down, and then I can pump it down. So right now my water just comes in here, and my water's at 36 degrees. Okay, so it's no wonder my gas is at, what is this, 36 degrees. Okay, no wonder. Yeah, makes perfect sense. So the goal was then to instead lower the temp of the water, so that the temp of the gas coming off of the water is also not as high. That does make me wonder, what's the temp of, like, these buildings? And it looks like they're still 50°C as well. Okay, and it's telling me I'm not making enough oxygen. The question, though, isn't if I'm making enough, it's if I'm pumping enough into my base. My base isn't going up at all, but it's also not really going down at all. Okay, and that's one of the key things. Yeah, that said, I do need to up my oxygen content in my base just a little bit. So what I'm going to do... Yeah, this circuit has so many things on it that don't use on a regular basis, it's fine. I'm going to put an algae deoxidizer, which I haven't used in quite some time, right here. Kind of give me a bit more algae. Or kind of a bit more oxygen, sorry. That should keep things interesting. Yeah, we are still waiting for guys to put in all of those power cords. Unfortunately, the temp shift plates are going to take a lot of time. They always do. Wrong button. They always do. And in the meantime, it's not great. So what are we looking at power-wise? This thing's not even being run right now. Not that I'm even sure it was putting in power correctly. But... basically... why don't I put in a second one of these? Because I don't have the gold. Well, I suppose that's a good enough reason. Jeez. What wire is even powering this thing? Deconstruct, we don't need this. Because we don't need most of those. It can run here instead. Oh, whoops, deleted one too many on accident. Wait, no, it's still running somehow. Different networks, those are different networks. Do not cross the wires. Alright. I'm not sure how it's working, but it is. Ah, this network. Yeah, we really don't need those then. It runs all the ones down here. Oh, sweet, they're already putting in the wires. That's nice. That's real nice. Heck, I don't need any of these wires either. Okay. Oh, come on. What is this wire not priority 9, or is it not getting put in at all? Oh, it's not getting put in at all. Good. Oh, nope, it's in now. Just waiting for the last wire to go in. And that is not going to work whatsoever. 2160. 1800. That's the circuit we want. Cool. And then we're just gonna connect this thing right here. Boom. Beautiful. One second, please. Okay. So we've got power coming in through the hydrogen generators now. They're up here, and look! They're at 1,000 watts. No, that's the output. Never mind. They're at 200 watts. I think it's just a or 200 joules. I think it's a mislabel. I honestly do. I don't know why it's a mislabel, but those generators are going up fast. Okay, real fast. Which is good. Okay, these batteries filling up is good. But they're filling up really, really fast, and I don't think they'd be doing that if that wasn't the case. So, I think we're good. I really hope we're good. Scalding? Where the heck have you gone that you're scalding? Please tell me it's not my base. Oh, crap. Then stop using the dang thing! Ugh, building broken should be a red alert, and it's not. Bugger. Okay. I need a little bit more air in here. I'm actually not lacking in oxygen anymore, which is fantastic. But I need a little bit more oxygen in here. That way these corners aren't red, and guys can run on hamster wheels all day long. That's really what I'm looking for. So, that looks right. Yep, all they pump is oxygen. It's wonderful. Food shortage. I was wondering when that would happen. Well. The water's at 41°C. Question is, there was a fancy cooling thing up here. So, this anti-entropy thermonullifier. Yeah, that's a nameful. If you pump hydrogen into it, we'll cool the area around it, and we're talking super cool, the area around it. So, I could also pump it all up there. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pump the liquid through here into this area back here. I already pumped the liquid down here for the oxygen anyways. So building a farming area down here is no problem whatsoever. And what I think I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would go right here. Okay. And I'll deconstruct all of those, and I'll dig all of this out, of course. And then I'll work on pumping it all through and see exactly how it all goes. What's my base looking like temperature-wise now? Not too bad. Not too bad indeed. Okay, temp shift plates. These things are almost in. Finally, they're almost done. Is that actually something that's queued up? It is. Let's not do that. So we've got full-time power coming from those up here. Full-time power coming into the battery. I'm going to go ahead and just say disable this. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to disable and enable. There we go. So now we've got cooled hydrogen going back into everything. Should be cooling down everything a bit again. This comes through at 34°C. That's okay. It takes a lot to cover everything in temp shift plates, for sure. I'm wondering if they actually look bad. No, they're neither positive nor negative. Circuit overloaded. Bugger, I've got to see where that was at. I've got to fix that. I'm actually very curious what circuit was overloaded, because that's never good. Oh, it was probably just this cooler. This cooler circuit has a lot on it. Yeah, circuit status 2160. Not much I can be done, it's all these coolers, so... Hydrogen coming through at 36°C, 29... Oh, sorry, that's the actual air. Coming through at negative 60°C or so. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a real good thing. Heck, we can even see this area is cooling back down, which is a big deal because that thing's running constantly. These areas went yellow. They were orange before. That's important. Okay, the base is starting to turn almost yellow again. That's real good. But this oxygen is at 33°C, unfortunately. 33, still rather hot. Now, I don't have any oxygen problems anymore. In fact, the base is starting to get to that nice light blue color again, which is very good. New dupes. I haven't looked at these in a long time. Can't dig. Nah. Slow learner? No. Slow learner? No. Yeah, it only recharges if you reject the duplicates. I mean, or take one, if you do something with them, right? So. What am I at gas content-wise? I'm getting close, basically. Here soon, I'm going to shut it off and just keep it off. That gas pump. So, basically, you always want a little bit of leeway. You want all of the gas to be moving constantly, is the key. Now, because I'm filtering the old gas back in, that should happen quite often, so it's not much of a concern. It's just making sure that we balance it out just right, that it's cooling everything, but it's not at a standstill. Okay, because it's feeding its own oxygen in, or its own hydrogen in, and in order for it to keep doing that, it has to keep moving. Okay, so we've got 5 plus this stretch up here. Right, and that's coming up from over here. So basically, we want to cut it off right about here. About the time that it starts to cap at this spot we're at right here, is where we want to stop pumping more hydrogen in. We want to leave it at where it's at, because that's just enough that it'll keep pumping it through, but it's still mostly full, so there's always cold hydrogen flowing. Right now, if we check, this is at 30. Okay, by the time it gets down there, it's at 30. This is at negative 30. See the difference? Like, down here it's at negative 8. It's still cooling things down by the time it gets down here. Okay, it's doing its job right here. These things are actually staying really cold. That's good. But it needs to do its job everywhere, and that's the problem. It's just not able to, because it's not flowing. Okay, so over here we've got 23C. Do I have any wart seeds? No, I'm out. Oh, but I've got hydrofans going. Okay, I guess. That's fine. Mop this up if you don't mind, fellas. How much consumable ore do I have? Coal? 147 kilograms. Yeah, that'll be fine. That's perfectly fine by me. Yeah, it really concerns me that they're not giving me the correct amount, but that's something I'll deal with later, I guess. Maybe it's not a problem, maybe it is, I don't know. Yeah. Those things are running constantly. They are staying cool, which is very, very good. But, oh, there's just so much there. Okay. 14C. See, this is good. We've got hydrogen at 16C at this point. So what it's doing is it's lowering the temp of all these things. And I need to put these airwalks back in. It's lowering the temp of all these things. And then those will eventually get lower and stay lower, right? And whenever they're staying lower, then we don't really have to worry about it anymore. Okay, we're pumping the pipes through, but it's already cold in there, so they're not really going to get much chillier. Whenever you first do it, it takes a while to get them on the roll. So as long as you're doing it with rooms that don't need to be duplicate safe, okay, so the coal room, maybe it should be, maybe it shouldn't be, I don't know, I haven't completely decided on that one. But basically every other room, okay, this is a room that's going to be full of natural gas, this one right here. It does not need to be warm enough for a duplicate. This is the battery room, okay? I need to get all of the stuff out of it, but really all I'm missing is the balm lily stuff. That's the only thing I haven't moved out of it, is balm lilies and like some air. Okay, but I get all of the balm lilies and air out of here, and it's like, we're done. You know, we got everything out of here. That's what I wanted. There we go. Basically, I just want to empty the oxygen that's in these rooms. I don't care to have them sitting on the ground the whole time. It's weird that there's gas sitting on the ground from the Wheezeworts. That is what it's from. The Wheezeworts freeze the gas and it falls to the ground. Happens on occasion. So we need to check on this. Where are we currently at in the pipeline system? We're on the last pipe. Okay, we are almost done pumping hydrogen in, and soon we're going to start using that hydrogen as fuel to power the cooling. Which is actually really wonderful. Boy, is it pumping it down there fast. I like seeing it fill up. Makes me happy. Let's go back to temperature. This place, still not really falling at all. It fell a little bit over here, right, at the beginning, which is good. But it hasn't fallen a lot yet. Down here, however, I mean, look at this. That's such a deep blue. Okay, the air in this area is at 10C. 8C. Okay, it's beautiful. It's absolutely wonderful. Has anybody put in any work over on my pet project over here? Not a lick. Oh, it's all priority 7. I want to do all priority 8. Maybe that'll help. That's still just kind of doing its thing. We've got the temp shift plates up here. I'm not sure if that's good or bad for Wheezeworts, actually. But it seems to be doing okay. The water's sitting at a nice 40 or so. 40 is tolerable. You pump it past a little bit of a cool room, and that's easy. And it won't warm up the room too much at that point. These guys running the fans trying to cool the place down. Air content wise, not bad, not bad. Insufficient oxygen generation yet again. Interesting, because we've even got that thing going. We're running out of power, is what's happening. Alright, well, we're going to wait for our hydrogen to back up, and then we're going to kick on the hydrogen generators again, and that should make things a whole lot simpler. We're almost there, honestly. We're real close. And look at that progress. We've got a couple little snakes there. And then we're going to fill up that pipe that feeds into it, this one right here. And, I mean, then we're basically going to call it good. Oh, I am out of food. Like, out of food. Completely. That's not good. I can go for sweet wheat grains. Okay, that'll give me some frost buns for a little while. I'm just debating which ones I want to go for. There's 25, there's another 20, there's another 50. Two, three, 4, gap of 4. Right there. Yeah, we're basically out of sweet wheat grains. So if you guys want to dig your way down into here, that'll give you some more. I see 2 more Wheezeworts over here. Jeez. Ouch. This is buildable, correct? Yes, it is. That is what we're doing right now. And there we see some sweet wheat grains to cook with. We'll enable auto harvest on that sweet wheat. These guys now have some grains to work with. Oh crap, where's my hydrogen backed up to? Too much, too much. Not deconstruct, disable. It'll probably work with that amount. I gotta be honest, I was being conservative. But I don't really want to risk it. Once we get power built up to a reasonable amount, we'll be able to tell if it'll work or not. Okay, what you're looking for, if I run all of those coolers 24/7, is the hydrogen always in motion. Okay, and I think it will be based on the blank space in these pipes, but when it's in motion, it's hard to tell. Alright. How are these looking down here? Pretty good. Pretty dang good. How's the base looking? Not bad. But we're low on food. Alright, let's maybe get back to that one. The low on food thing. Yeah, let's worry about that. Body temp. Atmosphere. It's got chlorine. Beautiful. Huh. That was interesting. What's the air quality down here? It's all polluted oxygen. That's fine. What's the temperature down here? Perfect. What's the disease down here? Not ideal. Then again, that's everywhere around my base at the moment, so we'll make it work. Do I want this guy? Slow learner. Wow. No, but wow. No, I don't need any of them. At this point, I should probably not even consider getting guys because I need, I need to preserve my food. Okay, I've still got lots of sand, I can only assume, at this point. Filtration medium, sand. Yeah, I've got a ton of sand, so I'm not hyper concerned about that one. But what I am thinking is of connecting these so that it starts powering all of this jazz. The problem is, it all needs wires. Tell me I've got some conductive wire. I actually do have a decent amount of that. Okay. So what we're going to do now... let's figure out how to run all of these over separately. Basically, we're going to connect all of these to the one beside them at the very least. We're going to jump them. Alright. Batteries, I can come in from down below. I'm gonna jump here, and go up. Right. Let's do the bridges first. Okay. So they're going to take out those walls, they'll build the bridges and the cable that's in there. And that will connect this up into the system. This is a pretty good place to be. Currently we still have no power in the batteries. But are we at least cooling everything down still? Even these pipes are starting to get cold. Negative 74, what is this at? Negative 20. 10. 18. Which means on the way back up, it's at normal still. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, they're building these two wires right now. No, they're not. We don't have the materials for them. So, let's build these instead. It's not the bridge, it's the wire, that's right. Okay. So there we go, that'll work. Wires in, walls return to normal. So, we've got the wall out. We might as well tell them to do this. Now we can put the wall back in. Okay. So, now that we've got that, basically, we're saying these generators can run, and it'll run this one and this one. And we're going to run this. No, actually, that's perfectly fine. What is this? Oh. Oh. I see what I did there. I'm going to change that. Okay. This actually does make it simpler for me. In that once it's in, it's a straight wire and it's easier to jump or easier to bridge. So this one already crosses over. This can go up, and I'm going to run this one across. So this one can go up and jump right here. Right, another one can jump right here. And these I'm going to convert to fall from the ceiling. In one spot, at least. There we go. That will still serve its purpose, but should make it easier to jump, because I'm going to carry this up and over here. This will go and jump, and if I move this up here instead, this can still jump here, we can jump it here, we can jump it here. Yeah. So we can get 3 more jumps, and that's all the more I need. The problem is I do need to queue up a few of these, which I've got plenty of these. So I'll have them make some more iron ore. Sick, the air quality in my base is fantastic. So we're going to say disable this. The temperature up here is running pretty hot. But because of the temperature shift plates, it's evenly spread, and it's going to take a while for that to be a problem. When it is a problem, we can just shut it off, and we'll see how it goes from there. Up here, however, doing pretty good. Nice. Nice all around. What's the temp here? Negative 8.8. It's coming in at negative 30. It's going out at negative 35. It's coming out right here at negative 50. Negative 60. Yeah, it uses a lot because I'm cooling the oxygen for the base. Whenever I start actually cooling down the water, I can stop cooling the oxygen from the base. That'll be good. One thing at a time, though. So, how am I doing food-wise? I'm okay. I've still got sweet wheat grains, so I'm surviving, at least for now. Temperature up here, tolerable. Temperature down here, kind of encroaching on me, but it's doing okay. Now that I've got the air quality back up, it's kind of flowing out from the base whenever they run over. It's working. That's the point. Yeah, so I need lots and lots of metal. That's the point I've covered. At this point, however, I should rewire you to do this. Actually, honestly, I'm going to end up rewiring all of those anyways to play in. I've got 4 of these and 6 hamster wheels. Okay, so some of them are going to play in here. I've got a hydrogen generator. That'll be 5th hamster wheel. Okay, and that just depends if I put any more of these on the top 4, which I'd like to, but I probably won't for now. So go ahead and knock these out, fellas. And this thing. We don't need this bridge anymore. So what we're going to do is run this fella up. Jump. And drop it in. Those are already hooked up. Okay. And then I just need to put in the bridge, which goes right here. Beautiful. Okay. Then we can jump it here. Yeah, here. Nope, it's got to be there, and we can't do it because there's already a bridge there. That's problematic. So let's drop a bridge there. And run it over. That will reroute, and we can jump it here instead. Easy peasy. Yeah, so this one's hooked up. I will need gas pipes. We'll jump it. And jump it. Jump it. And jump it. Put in the gas bridges. That'll go the same way. Beautiful. Now the thing is, these gas bridges out are the tricky ones. These are all carbon dioxide. And I'm curious what the output is. Carbon dioxide, 82.5 G a second. Okay, ventilation. We'll jump it. I know how things like to interact with each other, so we'll jump it there and jump it down. And dump it right here. This one, same idea. Jump. Connect, jump. Jump. No, we're not going to jump it. We'll do you one better. Ventilation, gas pipe. We will run it underneath all of the other ones and jump it right here. Okay. And then I need to put in a couple more gas pipes, because I'm pretty sure, or gas bridges, because I'm pretty sure I didn't put them all in. This one goes out, this one goes out. That'll do. Now, the problematic part is going to be getting power to these things. How many powers do I need? That's the real question. We've got 240, 480, 720. Times 2 is 1440. Plus 480. This is 2,000 on its own. Almost. It's like 80 short. Um, and then down here we've got an extra 720. So, 2,000. We'll hook the bottom part into down here, eventually. For now, let's say gas vents. Power, I don't have enough gold ore. Of course I don't. Okay, if you fellas want to go ahead and put in all those pipes, and then we will reinstate all of these. Oh, that's what that's from. Okay. Gas pipes all in, liquid pipes all in. Wait. Nope, nope, we're fine. That's the bridge that needs in, but it's not in the middle of everything, so we're fine. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I don't ever really have any power left, so... What's the temp out here? Negative 63, which means it's still coming back at full temp. Oh, and if it wasn't, it would be from this room anyways. So, tell you what, let's turn this thing off for a little while and see how it goes. You didn't... You ran towards it, and then you ran away. Okay. It's off, which means our coolers are no longer running. Which means everything else should be able to run full tilt. That it is. Beautiful. We've got food for days again. But we are out of sweet wheat grades. And this stupid thing broke again, it seems. I'm pretty sure I don't want any of you, but I'll at least see if there's a decent one. Narcoleptic with 5 learning. That's not bad. Germ resistant with 2 learning. At this point, I'm looking for high learning, high strength, and high immunity. Okay, everything else they can get better at. Those are the ones I care about. Early bird is also nice. You know, narcoleptic is the best of the bad traits, stuff like that. Okay. What does this actually... Oh, that's good. What does this actually supply water to? Carbon skimmer, and everything in my base. Cool. So theoretically speaking, I could also pipe that down in when I turn these things on. Yeah, no problem. No problem whatsoever. Power. What have I got power cable-wise? Not much. And I need a cable to run down here. But I'm out of output cables. Oh, that's a bugger. That's a problem. I'm out of outputs. I mean, input-wise, this guy's hooked in, right? This guy runs up, connects. Yeah, he's hooked in. But I've got enough for 2 more input sets. There's 1, there's 2, and this one's already hooked in. So yeah, I've really only got 1 excess spit out point. Which makes this very, very problematic. I can put one here. And I could connect this to one here. All of this is very reliant on me getting a heavy watt wire to run the whole way across here. So, that was iron? Huh, I thought this has been copper the whole time. That's iron. Who knew? So, we're going to work on running the heavy watt wire the whole way across for the things that are going to power our battery pack. And then I think we're going to build some temp shift plates. Thermally reactive. That's exactly what we want. Anything thermally reactive works. Okay, that's important. And this is going to be fun. I just used 150,000 igneous rock. That's a lot. Alright, I'm gonna get a drink. I will be right back because that's gonna take them forever anyways. Man, the whole apartment smells like pumpkins. I mean, it makes sense, but still a little strange. It looks like we've got a little bit of damage. Overloaded circuit. Overloaded circuit. That's the one that goes the whole way up, isn't it? That it is. And guys can't get in there to remove those, so we're not going to worry about it. Are the batteries full yet? They are. Kick it on. Well, we've got a couple temp shift plates anyways. It's a work in progress, but they're going to get put in, slowly but surely. We've got a mostly constant stream. It looks like we need to kick out 1 or 2 pipes worth of hydrogen and replace them. But I mean, realistically, it's moving pretty good. Down here, it's at negative 40 C. That's colder than before. That's good. Out here, it's what, negative 70, negative 80, negative 75. Yep, good, good, good. Lots and lots of temp shift plates coming in. All I can hope is that they count for upping people's construction levels. If they do, I'm fine with it. What is the temperature up here? Not great. We're working on it, pumping through all that cold air. So that thing's at 80 or so when the thermosensor's at 60 or so. So about, oh, you can click in. About 110. It should be good. If it breaks more than that, the thermoregulator's probably over 125, and that's problematic. Alright, the base itself, this is just warm. Warm's not even too bad. Okay. That is quite a lot of natural gas generators. Basically, power is my only problem. Once I get the power situation figured out, I'll be fine. Yeah. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and deconstruct... Oh, it just didn't take. Buildings only. The outside walls. And we're going to replace them all with insulated tiles. With the express end goal being, this thing's temperature doesn't leak. We're going to seal it as well. The same way we did the room upstairs that's supposed to be warm. This one's supposed to be cold, so we are going to seal it. Jeez, we've got 2 natural gas geysers. We'll just do 2, and hopefully you don't overload the system doing that. Alright, batteries are empty again. What's the temperature of this hydrogen? Negative 15°C. Coming out, negative 70 still. It's just getting warmed up by all this jazz. I mean, it was cooling down all of the pipes. That's important. There we go. Basically just insulating everything at this point. Oh boy. Okay. 20°C. It's cold, but it's not cold enough. Turn it off for a bit. So basically, I need to get to the point where I can harvest plastic, and I'd like to get to the point where natural gas is powering my base, so that I don't have to worry about, oh, I don't have enough power, because by this cycle around here, these will take 2,000, but these, which I'm pretty sure all of these can support all of these will generate 6,400. This will take 3,000, plus maybe a couple, little bit extra for carbon skimmers, okay? But all of that together, maybe 4,000, and it's going to be generating 6,500 or so. Yeah, that's highly supportable. In fact, that's 2,500 bonus on a consistent basis. That's enough to support the hydrogen cooling system, and a little bit more. Then you've got the hydrogen generators, and you've got a couple hamster wheels. I should be at full power at all times. Okay, with guys not even running on hamster wheels the whole time. It'd be great. Problem is, right now I still need to cool down this water. Okay, in fact, now it's very, very hot. It's not good for business. Problem is, I'm cycling the water out faster and faster. If you make this thick with an oxygen that you can, or a gas you can get cold, like hydrogen, the Weezeworts will do a lot better job. But it's hard to get that gas in here, is the problem. You can, yeah. Basically, I'm at the point where I kind of just want to pump it all behind something else. Alright. Alright, and I'm going to call the stream after this day ends. My friends are coming back. I've got some hanging out to do. We're still seeing all these temp shift plates being put in. They should help quite a bit once they're all finally in, but until then, whew, all it is guys for days building temp shift plates and more temp shift plates. I do find it very reassuring that guys on hamster wheels... Yeah, that just guys on hamster wheels and the hydrogen generators are enough to keep the base powered. Okay, not the cooling system, but everything else. Okay, we can get the natural gas generators up and running for the cooling system. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But no gas output? Oh, yeah, no gas output. How about that? How about that? Okay. So much dropping in place. The one thing I wish I could do, I wish I could move some of the naturally occurring things like geysers, or that super cooler thing that if you have to pump hydrogen in it. Oh jeez, this area is getting hot. My base is about to get hot. Yeah, that's why I cooled down the oxygen a little bit. I wish you could move them. First of all, because I'd move desks like this out of the way. But second of all, because if you could move them, I could move them closer together, so I don't have to pump liquid from this side of the map to that side of the map to cool it, to bring it back to this side of it. It's silly, okay? It's a lot of effort. Alright, but that is the day. Like I said, I was going to call it at the end of the day, so I'm going to go ahead and hit save and call the stream. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time, where I, of course, continue trying to cool down my base. The everlasting game of trying to keep your base cold. Thanks for tuning in. If you check in the next day or two, I should have a schedule up for the upcoming week. What I'll be streaming, when I'll be streaming it. Thanks for tuning in.